As I've been riding my new e-bike around lately in rural Thailand here, I get a lot of people stop me and want to have a bit of a look at this bicycle that I've got, the e-bike. So I thought I'd just get on here, have a quick video and tell the story of why I'm now riding an e-bike and what the bike is like. As I felt that I needed to keep up with some exercise as I get a little bit older, I felt that cycling or bicycling or mountain biking was the way to go. And this is the bike that I ended up with. It's not the bike that I bought, of course, because I wound up optioning it up quite a lot. It didn't look like this at all. It's got a bigger seat, it's got lights, and it's got mirrors. But that's about all. So nothing too extreme in the optioning of this bike up to make it comfortable for myself. And I found that if I get out on this pretty regularly every day, then I get in all the exercise that I ever need. However, the range is very, very limited because the amount of energy I've got to expend has to be only halfway done before I'm riding back toward home again. So obviously I need to find out something a bit more about how I could extend my range without completely expending all my energy. So, investigate e-biking. So I started searching for an e-bike and did an awful lot of shopping online. Looked around, couldn't find anything much that I felt was in my price range. Everything was very expensive, and I thought perhaps I could find a better deal or get a conversion kit for the blue bike and put that up, but no. On Lasseter then I found this one. So this is the listing that I found. It shows the bike and then there's a hero shot of the bike that they put up on the listing site, and that looks like this when you buy the bike. So that's kind of interesting, and you'll see that the price is pretty good. In fact, it's gone up just a little bit since I bought mine. And but in any event, I couldn't find anything that seemed to be a better value deal. So I've purchased that bike, and I've optioned it up quite a lot since then, a real lot. And now this is the bike as I now have it set up for me to ride. So, how did it all come? Well, the bike was a little bit late getting here, but it finally arrived about 3 or 4 days after when I expected it. And then the much awaited package arrived, and there it is. Now that's what it looks like. I was really quite surprised at how much assembly there was to be done on it. But nevertheless, it's not difficult because you go on to, this is the second step. So starting to work, I threw it up onto the bench to get that done. And then third step. And then finally you wind up with an e-bike that sort of looks like this straight out of the box. And that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything more. You can just ride that bike perfectly well, do everything that I do on my e-bike right now, just with that bike straight out of the box. And it's pretty good. In my opinion, pretty good value. So how about the modifications, the extras that I put on the bike? Well, there's quite a few. So we'll get started up here around the front. I've got a triangle bag that you see. I've got a phone holder. I've got a camera mount. That's the standard e-bike controller that's there. I've got a hook there for holding my drinks. That's the standard headlight that comes with the bike, and I put these little extra safety lights on so I don't have to run this one. This is a very big light, very, very strong. And these lights here will just be on for little safety lights. They just run out of a couple of small batteries and take no power, so that's pretty good. I put the carrier on the back, and to carry this bag, which has got my bits and pieces in it, some camera equipment, some drink, and so on. And of course there is the tail light, which I think is fairly essential when you're out here on the main highways and things. Cars drive by pretty quickly, and we'd rather hope that they see us before they go by, or to make sure that they go by. Also the fenders, I put these mudguards on. It's a bit of a looks thing. I kind of like the way that they make the bike look, but they do also provide quite a bit of protection. You walk through a bit of slop or some water spilled on the road and some little puddles and things. They're always a very good idea. They stop the water from coming up here into the electrics, and so that's another good point. And then I think probably the number one comfort factor now is this big seat. Now, I could explain to you why it's a good thing, or just have a look at this graphic. I think that pretty much explains it. There was another thing that I forgot to mention, and it's really important, and that is the rear view mirrors. If you're riding an e-bike anywhere on the street, but particularly on the highways, you need those mirrors. And I find even down the country roads, you can have a motorbike come up behind you and you don't hear them coming, or a tractor or an old farmer's buggy thing. Goodness, it can be dangerous, so you need to be watchful, taking care of yourself, and put mirrors on your bike. Keep yourself safe. Here's my mirrors. Now these things come after a lot of trial and error. I experimented with several other kinds of mirrors, but these mirrors are, in my opinion, absolutely essential. So that's my e-bike. I love it a lot. I'm planning on using it quite a lot and putting up lots and lots of videos for people to come and look at if they would choose to. And I hope to see you when you come along on the ride. Bye for now.